On my last post, I had a follower comment, what about if you've been raised by a narcissistic parent? It's not being talked about enough. So we're going to talk about that today. For those that don't know me, I'm Soulfully Wild, a narcissistic abuse survivor and a holistic trauma healer. I'm also the author of The Silent Abuse, which is my story with narcissistic abuse. If you'd like to read it, there is a link for it in my profile. You can find it on Amazon. So my mom has passed away and was never diagnosed, but had she been diagnosed, she would have been diagnosed with narcissism as well as the comorbidity of borderline personality disorder. She was severely abused by her mother as a child, very neglected, very unloved, and so it would make sense that she would grow up with these disorders and move on, have children, and be an abuser herself. Being the youngest of 8, our abuse varied from child to child. When it came to me, I was the last one, and so I was totally parentified, as was my oldest sister. I was there to regulate my mother's emotions. I needed to be the one that was her stability and hold her together, her confidant, as young as 2, 3, 4 years old. As I grew into a young adult and got married, this was back in a time when we didn't really have cell phones. If she couldn't get a hold of me, she would constantly call my work. She had no respect for the fact that I was working and I could get fired. She would then proceed to tell me about a fight that her and my dad had, and just, a 3-day dissertation about poor her, and I could not hang up with her. She constantly put me in uncomfortable positions when I was working. When I would go to visit them on the weekends, she would do things like talk about how bad my dad had been to her when we were kids, and she would talk about it with my dad sitting right there. Even though my dad was also abusive, this whole triangulation thing with him sitting right there was super, super uncomfortable. It did get to a point where I actually had to just stop talking to my mother. It was very much later down the road, but I didn't talk to her for probably almost 2 years. Of course, being raised by a narcissist, and my dad was definitely, without a doubt, he would have been diagnosed as a narcissist as well. I gravitated towards narcissistic men. The first guy I got with, my son's biological father, was a diagnosed narcissist. There's so much more to talk about, so I will do multiple videos about this, just so this doesn't end up being like a 5-minute video. If you have similar experiences in being raised by a narcissistic parent, please share in the comments below so that we can support each other and witness each other's pain. For more tips on your healing journey, please subscribe to my channel. And as always, please like and share this video so we can help others heal as well. Much love to you all.